If I had to go with Katy Perry, definitely not.
Gordon?
Hi, Dad. I'm a bargaining chip.
No, say the other thing.
Oh, help me, Father. He overpowered me.
Hi, Brad. Tim from Popcorn Podcast in Australia. Great to meet you.
How are you? Great to meet you. What time is it in Australia?
It is bright and early. It's just before 5 a.m.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My nephew lives there with his lovely wife and child.
I'm in Sydney.
He's in Melbourne.
Oh, I love Melbourne. It's great. It's a pleasure to speak to you, Brad, and congratulations
you.
on the film. Lord Grigon, fearsome warlord or misunderstood father?
I think he's both for sure. Like most misunderstood fathers, we come off as warlords, which I've always tried not to do as a parent, but sometimes we fall into that. But most villains and bullies are just people with major issues that started early that they never really conquered, right? I think that's what, because I was bullied as a kid, and I love how this is something that Elio has to learn to navigate and not really fitting in and finding your niche. So I love all that. And I love how he helps Grigon, the warlord, find his better soul, if you will. He's able to pierce through that through his courage and in his own discovery, which was fun to see.
All those beautiful things that we love and grow to accept and anticipate in a Disney Pixar film, right? It's just a magic playground to discover things for kids and then also adults. But also for Lord Grigon, it's shameful for his alien race to show vulnerability as well. So he's sort of breaking through those preconceived notions of what he's grown up expecting to be, right?
Exactly.
From Everybody Loves Raymond to Finding Nemo, you've built an incredible legacy in both live action and animation.
Oh, thank you.
What keeps you coming back to voice roles? How does the experience differ creatively for you?
It's funny. I was doing voice work before on camera work. I started stand up in the late 70s. And then the early 80s, I started doing voice work, and I always loved it. And I think mainly because I'm an animation buff. I've just always really enjoyed animation. And I always did impressions, and I always came up with different characters, even in my early stand up. So it always lent myself to being involved in animation. And I love the oneness of it because, you're in the booth alone. But then again, there's a great collaboration between the animators because you're really creating so much of an animated character literally in the moment. I mean, your first session with Pixar, you're going in there and you're really finding out what it is. And well, it's a little of this, but it's not that. Take some of the edge out of that. So you see it really come alive. And then in the future sessions, you actually see it, how it's grown or how it's been tempered or it's forever changing almost. So that's exciting for someone that gets bored easily like I do.
Me too.
Yeah, there you go.
Always looking for the next, stimulation. It's like, oh, something shiny. That's
Sure.
just me.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. It sounds like a lonely vocation, like voice work, because you are just in that booth by yourself, but it sounds like such a collaborative experience. Now, what is unique in your experience working with Pixar that really stood out?
I can tell you, it's every Pixar film I've been involved with. It's the writing and it's the directing, and then it's like I saw the Elio last night. It reminded me the first time I saw Finding Nemo, and you see that underwater shot where you see the particles of sand and the things that are so small. I remember leaning up, going, "Wow, there's actually particles in the seawater." I felt the same watching when the first time they were going into the Communiverse. So the animation elements themselves, it's captivating. I know that may sound corny, but their animation is different. Then you bring in the writing, the heart, the subjects that are tough to maybe conquer for young people, grief. When it just all comes together, it's really, it's magical. But the look is special too this time around, I think.
Oh, it's just absolutely breathtaking. Like you always have those foundations of beautiful story and character and development.
Sure.
But it's like even strip all that away and you just have the most beautiful piece of art to experience in a Pixar movie. So what a cool thing to be a part of.
Thank you.
Wow.
Appreciate that.
The filmmakers describe Elio as a celebration of connection and empathy across vast differences, right?
Yeah.
Where does Grigon fit in that message, especially given his struggle with rejection and acceptance?
Well, he unfortunately probably didn't have much empathy in his life. You know, Ray Romano, who I've never met, um,
Who?
he has a great line that he says even in his act or in interviews. He goes, you know, if my father ever hugged me, I wouldn't be doing this.
Mm.
And, you know, it reminds me of Grigon because that's the challenges he has with being a parent. You know, he reminds me of that obnoxious little league dad, you know, that you see at some games when your kids are playing sports that's yelling at the umpire, yelling at the kid. And you just see this and you go, wow, this guy never figured it out. You know, this guy is that neighborhood villain, you know, the one that's yelling you to get off the lawn as opposed to working. Yeah, exactly. So what I love is Elio, through his discovery, is able to be an empath for Grigon and maybe show him a different side, which I love we're able to see that in a villain.
In wrapping up, Brad, thank you so much for your time. Such a privilege to speak to you. Congratulations on the
You as
film again.
well.
A quick one. Would you go to space if you had the chance?
Wow, that's a tough one. And I'm going to cop out. I'm a little afraid, though I believe in it. I would want to, but I know I won't fit in the capsule. I know it's like when I fly Southwest, I'm like, I should be driving, you know? So I think it's going to be confined. I'm claustro, you know? If I had to go with Katy Perry, definitely not. But, you know, I'd maybe solo. I guess. I mean, if the mothership came down, you know, I'd have
Take
to.
me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Take me.
Thank you so
See,
much,
I'm
Brad.
like you, but you're braver than me because you're an
Trust me, I'm
Aussie.
not.
You're brave people.
We're built different down under. Thank you so much, Brad. Take care.
Take care.